is 7 years older than I am, and this is him. Now, we have not the atypical brother-sister relationship. When I was about, 8 years old, he would take me to parties, and he was 15, 16, so he was in high school. Now, my mom didn't really know. We kind of snuck out of the house and kind of did our own thing. But it was that bond that we shared because he wanted me there and he wanted me to be there right with him and kind of see firsthand what was going on and what he was doing in his life. He is my role model, and through everything, we go to parties and stuff like that together when I was 8 years old. But he never let me do anything stupid, and he wouldn't do anything stupid himself to harm myself. But he was the kind of kid that when I was 9 years old, I was TPing my neighbor's next door neighbor's house. And people down here, I guess nobody understands TPing because it's like vandalizing, blah, blah, blah. So I was TPing at 9 years old. And my friends at school, they're like, what were you doing last week? And I'm like, I was TPing. Like, what were you doing? If you were sitting at home doing homework, whatever. I have a close older brother, and nobody else could really say that they grew up like that. We would have parties in the basement. I grew up in Ohio, and we had a basement. It was a finished basement, so we had quite a few people over, and my parents didn't know. It was late in the night. We would be carrying beer cans and everything else, so we're like, what are we going to do with all of this? Obviously, we can't stuff it in our trash can. Our parents are going to come, and they freak. So I came up with a clever idea at 10 years old to start shoving them in the tiles of our basement, kind of like this. We would just raise them and stick them up there. So that was kind of cool. Till we moved out, and my parents found everything when we were going for inspection. So that was kind of the downside, but it was a good story to tell when I was 16. He helps me through everything, even when I was in 6th and 7th grade, and he would try to help me with math homework. I'd get really frustrated at him. I'd start yelling at him, I don't understand this. Why are you so much smarter than I am? Everything, the whole 9 yards. So he'd send me off to bed. He'd do my homework, write it all out, and I'd copy it the next morning. That's the kind of brother that I had, because he always wanted to see me succeed, and failure just was never an option for him. So through that, he was obviously 7 years older than me. He was dating. Whether it was a little catch to get girls, I'm not really sure, but I was always on his dates with him. Kind of weird, I know. But his girlfriends always loved me, and they always wanted me around in the end, so that was kind of cool. And it was like, oh, I'm going to bring my little sister along, even if it was, maybe just to get some or whatever. I was cute, I was 7, whatever. But I didn't realize this all until about 7th grade, when I was asked to write a paper about somebody I really looked up to. I was sitting around and I was asking my mom, I don't know who I should look up to or who I should write this paper on. So she started talking to me about all of the little things that I enjoy in life that I don't really think about. Whether, it's as simple as helping me with my math homework or talking to me about relationships and getting me ready for high school. My brother was always that person. So I wrote my paper in 7th grade about my brother who was my hero. And I realized all of those small things really added up to that big thing of me really enjoying him as a person. I strive to be like him. He's now 26. He is a successful business owner, and he doesn't have the atypical business degree or anything like that. He's very successful. He now lives back in Ohio. Unfortunately, I don't get to see him as much as I would like to. But right before I moved down here, and he was still up there, we both bought dogs. And growing up, his nickname was always Ernie. And we bought, I don't know if anybody's familiar with this type of dog, it's a Welsh Corgi. We bought a Welsh Corgi, and he has Ernie. He named his dog Ernie, and I coincidentally named my dog Bert. Ernie and Bert, kind of cute. So I look at my dog every day, and I don't think, oh, that's just a dog. This is like my brother. This is somebody who reminds me of my brother and all of the good times that we've had. Even if I don't get to share him as I'm going through college, he's still there. I talk to him every single day, and he's like my best friend. But even when he was 18, he went to Cancun for a spring break, which was pretty crazy. But he had enough thought to be like, what would my sister like? What would my little sister enjoy? he got me this picture frame, which is now about 9 years old, so the water's kind of come out of it and the sand's all run out. And there's not a day that I don't look at this picture and I look up to him. He's my inspiration and he's why I wake up in the morning, because I want to be just like him. I strive to be well-rounded and be successful when I grow up. Through the good times and the bad times, we've had Christmases together. We used to run in the sprinklers together as little kids. I mean, I was like 7, he was like 14, so his friends are like, dude, what are you doing? Come on, you're 14, let's get over the sprinkler thing. But he's like, that's my sister, we're gonna hang out. So even the good times we shared, we've always had bad times. He lost a best friend when he was only 15 years old. So I've had to help him through that. We've both recently gone through breakups. He was with his girlfriend for 3 years and I was with my boyfriend for almost 3 years. So we share a lot in common, although I'm 18 and he's 26. There's a lot of common grounds there. Through everything, he's always told me to look on the bright side and never to be negative. If you're negative, you're going to have a negative, really bad attitude. So he told me, you have a bad day? That's cool. Everybody has their bad days, but let it go. It's okay. He's, through the ups and downs, always my hero, and he's always going to be my brother, and I wouldn't trade him for anything in the world. I do have 3 other siblings, but he's the one that I go to for everything, and I talk to him literally every day. Even though we're 1,100 miles apart, I would still like to say thanks to him and everything that he's ever done for me.
We're rolling. First off, I'm doing this on my mother. I'm glad I did the videotape it because this is going to be emailed to her today. Not on my brownie points. Not a big deal. This is the beautiful woman herself. She's awesome. I love her. She's special. Who here loves their mom? Obviously, we all do. It's special to us. I'm in love with mine. True love. This woman's amazing. She's the type of mother that would give up her life in order, for her child, obviously. Most mothers would do that. But this lady, ridiculous in every way. She teaches you hard lessons growing up just to mold your characteristics as a person to better you for your future. One of the hardest working ladies I've ever met. Juggling 4 kids, she went to school for 8 years full time. Literally, cooking, cleaning, taking care of the house. My father was always gone. And so it was kind of a big deal to go to school for a master's in psychiatry while juggling us little devils running around. She had a kind heart. My grandmother had cancer for over 5 years. So the first one to take care of her, bring her to the house. We cooked meals literally every day. We moved to just get closer and take care of her during cancer. That's the kind of person she was. When I think of someone accomplished, my mom again, she's the winner. She, like I said, school for 8 years. I asked her the other day, because I always go for advice. Like, Ma, this class, this sucks, what should I do? Drop it, this and that. She's like, Nikki, school's not easy, kick some ass, do what you gotta do. It's not gonna be an easy process. So I'm like, kind of makes sense, I was just kind of trying to slide by, but it's not easy. Little advice like that helps me along the way. An awesome thing I think my mom is, she's got a pilot's license. Her instrumental for the small planes, the little Cessnas. Literally every weekend she flies to the Bahamas with all her old pilots. That's a bunch of old men at the small airports. Literally flies to the Bahamas every weekend just to hang out for the weekend, kick it with the old men, fish, do her thing. And I don't know about you guys, that's pretty damn cool. And she brings her bicycle. She likes riding a bike. That's pretty cute. But it wasn't easy growing up. Like I said, I went to boot camp. As much fun as that is, but it was out of love. She didn't do it to hurt me. She did because she saw I was going down the wrong road and thought it was best for me to be put in an institution pretty much with manly figures that will help, structure me, make me a better person. Wasn't the most fun, but I got through it. She wanted the best for me. I didn't know what Nintendo was. She highly against Nintendo, all that crap. Staying inside. She, if I went, we didn't have a TV actually. If I wanted to watch something, she'd throw a book at me. Read a book. She'd do things like would make gardens with pickles and cucumbers and tomatoes, and little constructive stuff like that went a long way with building a relationship with her, bonding with her, and just really, understanding awesome aspects of life. Anything, that helped better myself, I was encouraged to do. Even when I was young should throw me out on her rollerblades. You know, to be 3 sizes too much, I'd be 5 trying to keep up with the brothers. You know, rollerblade around the neighborhood instead of playing Xbox or whatever that was back then. Pretty cute. Church was a big deal, even though I hated it. No one really likes going to church when you're younger. I'd run away and this and that, but she tried, which is a good thing. And now I can see what church can really do for your life and make you that kind of person. I definitely run away. It was kind of funny. But like I said, constructive upbringing was what it was all about. She didn't believe in free lunch. You know, always save your money and work hard for what you do, what you earn, and then you're more appreciative for what you earn. You know, I bought my own car, my own cell phone bills, this and that. You bet your ass I'm not going to lose a junk one night because I'm the one paying for it. You know, little things like that go a long way. When you ask a coworker of hers or a friend or someone in the vicinity, you know Karen Coakley? Oh my God, she's so sweet, she's precious. Everyone falls in love with her. The sweetest lady you ever meet. Just this cute little thing. You guys see her again? Make sure we all see her. Ooh, there she is. That's prom actually. It's very cool. Love it. But everyone loves her. I think everyone should strive to be more like her. Just saying. She's entirely responsible for the man I am today and the man I am continuing to strive to be. I'd like to end with a quote that I think describes my mom perfectly. A mother is a person who, seeing there are only 4 pieces of pie for 5 people, promptly announces she never did care for pie. That's my mom, Karen Coakley. Thank you. Hey, Mom.